Huh. We're getting there. Oh, I gotta be here. Don't I? Where is it? Here. Okay. Is this it? Alright. Oh, live streaming. Okay, gotta be over here. Okay. Hey. Hey guys, CryptoDad here. Thanks for joining me on my live Q&A stream. Sorry I was a little late getting rolling.
1 minute.
1 minute. Oh my gosh. Let's do this thing. Like bring me a towel or something? Seriously, I'm sweating like bullets here. A towel, please, not tissue. Okay, guys, let's see here. Not now.
This is me.
Is that you? Okay.
Yes.
Now I think I can get this thing bigger. Huh? How do we make this bigger? No, not that. Okay. Hey guys. I'm not looking for advent. Yeah, let's get going here. Thank you, Christabel. Sorry, I have other duties too, and I was doing some last-minute sweeping. I'm not looking for financial advice, but how do you feel about Safex? Is it worth keeping? Opinion, please, and thank you, Trevor Weir. Tell you what, Trevor, I apologize, but I have never checked this one out. But I usually have an opinion when I look at their website. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming that this is an ICO through Ethereum, part of the decentralized organization. Because they are a cryptocurrency, they offer advantages. Why do we set out to build Safex? Their website looks relatively professional, I'll give them that. Looks like they sell on Bittrex, which I use. So, you know, just at a brief glance, it looks respectable. But like I said, I've never heard of them before. Issues with Nano Litecoin transfer to Coinbase over a week. So you were transferring from the Nano to Coinbase, and it took over a week? Well, the first thing you want to do in that type of situation is plug in your Nano. All right, I'm in focus. That's good. All right. Okay, guys. So I try to get all the questions I can as we go along. If I miss your question in the chat window, just blurt it out again. Hey dummy. I'm just gonna queue up my Nano here. Okay, so you're saying you have Litecoin problems. Well, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you chose Litecoin in here. I'm assuming you know that, right? And we hit both buttons, go into Litecoin, and then we're going to launch our app. Here we go. So for Litecoin, what, Christabel? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. For Litecoin, we always use the Ledger wallet Bitcoin. There is no separate Litecoin app. There's 3 different cryptocurrency apps: the Ethereum, the Ripple, which is a Windows app, and then this Ledger wallet Bitcoin, which handles everything else. So I'm just kind of walking you through this. Now my Litecoin was on Legacy. I wasn't able to get it working on Segwit. And you were talking about Coinbase, huh? Not Coinbase, GDEX, but Coinbase. Okay. All right. So if you're trying to transfer Litecoin over, let's see. We need to go to accounts. Okay, so we got transaction delays, which that's been that way for almost a month now. And we need to make sure we're in the Litecoin wallet. I'm just walking you through this to make sure maybe you didn't you miss one of these steps. Click receive, get our receiving address, copy, go back over to our Nano, and go to send. Okay, and then paste there. And in this day and age, the last month or so, we would want to go as high as possible. Don't try to be cheap and go low to try to save yourself some money, because you'll end up in pending purgatory. Okay, so go fast and put in the amount of Litecoin that you might want to send over. If it's 1 or whatever, I don't have any Litecoin in here. Yeah, it's just empty right now. And then send. Now, if you have done all of that, and you can check, you know, the transaction here. That's an old one. Okay, so you'll want to take your to address, right? And you'll want to go over here to blockchain.info. Whoops. Make sure you spell it right, because there are a bunch of pretender sites for this. We'll paste that to address, the address you sent to, which is the address that your Coinbase account logged. Okay, well, mine isn't showing up. But that's the way you can trace a transaction. You can use the to address. Let's see if we can get anything else out of this transaction. Let me try the from. Whoops, I think there was a word on there, huh? Yeah. Oh, I see what it did. It got part of the word there.
Oops.
Is it going to give me anything? I guess not. Okay. It's not cooperating with me today. Let me see if I got that in there properly. Okay, yeah, that's the address. I guess because this transaction is so old. Oh, I get it. I'm on the Bitcoin blockchain. Let's see if there's a Litecoin. Blockchain Explorer. Is there such a thing? Here we go. All right, so we sorry, wrong crypto, yeah? All right. All right, so let me just walk you through that quickly. Let's go back up here. I'm going to put this address in here. Let's go back over here. All right, sorry I'm taking so long to answer this one question. That's the address for looking up Bitcoin transactions. I'm sorry, Litecoin transactions. So make sure you did everything the way I did it. Make sure you got the proper address to send to, and then trace the transaction on the Litecoin Explorer. And if you see it on the Litecoin Explorer and everything looks okay, then it's just a delay. You know, I know some of these, the Coinbase outs, if you're sending things out of Coinbase or purchasing on Coinbase, these things can take a week to a week and a half sometimes. It's horrible right now. All right. Boy, I would really like to figure out how to get rid of that. Oh, it just comes back. What? All right. Let's see.
Rose back.
Here, this is what I want to do. Ah, it won't do it. I will figure this out next time. I was trying to get rid of... What if I... No. Oh, there it went. Oh, it's over here. Yay.
Cool.
All right. There we go, guys.
Hey, dude.
Is this it? All right.
Hold on.
Oh, wait. Look. There it is. Crypto daughter's helping. Hey, there we go.
Hi, Dad.
All right. So my daughter just said hi.
Yeah, crypto daughter.
CryptoDad, what's my background? I'm a computer science major. I graduated in 2006. Did some software engineering for a couple years. And then when the dot-com bubble burst, I got laid off because I was the last one hired. And went to my fallback, which is computer consulting. I go over and I help people fix computers. Made a okay living at that. I've sold computers in, and not an Apple store, but back in the old days in the 90s, they used to have Apple authorized resellers, and I worked for a company that sold Apple computers. And over time, my hobbies were cryptography. I took some cryptography classes, got interested, found out about Bitcoin about 2013. Went out and bought an Antminer S3, brought it home, listened to it. It sounded like a vacuum cleaner. It ran, and I had to go out and buy new fans for it. They were a little quieter. I rigged it up a little bit to keep it quiet. Mined Bitcoin for about a year and a half. Ended up with about 2 Bitcoins. Used the Bitcoins to buy something on Newegg. Felt like it had paid for itself. Had some leftover Bitcoin there, probably about half a Bitcoin. And then last year, I started wondering about it. I guess I heard something and then went back in and noticed that leftover change was like $600. So I've done deep web. I've been on the markets and stuff. So I know how to do all of that. I know how to use Bitcoins back and forth. I used Armory Wallet back then. So now it's just a hobby that's turned into something I can help other people with. Do you think Bitconnect and the order cease is a Ponzi scheme? I don't know if it's a Ponzi scheme. You know, a Ponzi scheme has like a kind of a strict definition. It's where the new people that are coming in, whoever's running the thing is using the new money to pay the old people so that it looks like it's doing well, but eventually it collapses because it's not really bringing in any money. I think that Bitconnect is kind of a scheme that over-promises. I don't know that they're outright stealing the Bitcoin, but what they're doing is they want your Bitcoin. They take your Bitcoin and then they sell you their cryptocurrency, thus making it the price go up because people are buying their cryptocurrency. Then you give it back to them so that they can use it to lend out to other people, I guess. So not only are they taking your Bitcoin, but you're buying their crypto to make the price go up. So it's kind of a weird scheme. I wouldn't get involved in it. I don't like giving my money to someone else to watch. That's why I like Bitcoin so much. Okay, let's go down here. Whoa.
Can you elaborate a bit?
How are you keeping track of your daily gains and buys for the IRS tax returns? Well, you can. Where's my phone? Baby, honey, can you find my phone? Thank you. I'm going to share a screen with you guys real quick here.
Hey.
Oh, you called me again. Jeez. Whoops. And is it going to work? It never works when I need it to work. All right. Oh, hey, look at that.
Hey.
Okay, guys. So the first part of the question was how do I keep track of my daily gains and losses? This little app is pretty cool. This Crypto Pro. Okay, so a Crypto Pro, you can set up multiple portfolios. You can see I've got different portfolios here. Like for example, this one. You can add trades to it. You can say, okay, today I bought 1 Bitcoin.
Yay.
For $17,000.
Oh.
Right? And then that adds it to the exchange. and this guy will get the latest prices for you, and it will give you the total of the whatever portfolio you're tracking here. Like here, I got this top coins, got Ethereum and Cardano in there. Those are my holdings. I don't know if you can see it. No, it won't turn sideways. But you can, it has the amount you own, and it'll give you the daily price of however many cryptos you want to put in here. I like this. I paid for the $5. It's $4.99. So that's how I keep track of pricing and holdings. I'm not a trader. No, I'm a how-to guy. Like I said, I buy a little here and there, whatever I can afford, and whatever I can afford to lose. So last year, as I was doing videos, I would buy a little crypto here and there, just so I could demonstrate how to move it back and forth. So a lot of times, I was just buying crypto so I could do the video. There's nothing more frustrating for me than to see somebody trying to explain how to do a transfer of coins and telling me, oh, I don't really have any coins in here right now, so I'm just gonna, you know, not really show you exactly how to do it because I don't have any coins. I like to have some coins in there so I can show you exactly what I'm doing. So no, I'm not really a trader at all. Does Electrum store solely Bitcoin? Yes. There are some other flavors of Electrum that, like for example, Verge uses the Electrum wallet. One of their wallets. Let me go over here. Like for example, if you go to wallets down here, Verge uses an Electrum wallet, and then it also has a desktop wallet. And it's a kind of a flavor of Electrum. But the Electrum Bitcoin wallet, this guy right here, it's just for Bitcoin. This particular one, right? This is the Electrum Bitcoin wallet. Bought, okay. All right, Shane Swing, newbie number 1, bought Litecoin on Coinbase, but how do I see its address and key? Okay, like Coinbase is a online wallet, so when you go to the Coinbase account, you log yourself in, you go over here to accounts, and you go to your wallet right here. Your wallet is where you can see your addresses, okay? The receive part shows you your public address. The public address is where people send Bitcoin to you, okay? And when you want to send, if there were Litecoin in here, I don't have any Litecoin in here now, sorry. But when you hit send, it will send out the Litecoin. But you can't see the private keys on Coinbase because Coinbase keeps track of those. It's not a desktop or a cold storage wallet, it's an online wallet. Coinbase controls the private keys. What was the other part of the question there? How do I bought Coinbase, I see its address and key, all I have is a transaction code. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. You go to the dashboard, you go to the accounts, and then over here are the wallets, okay? You scroll down to Litecoin, and that's where you have access. You can see the transactions here over on the side too. So your address is here if someone wants to send you Litecoin, and then when you click send to another address, you'll need the receiving address to send the Litecoin. But that's how you get access to the Litecoin. I don't like Bitconnect. Is it a Ponzi scheme? Is anybody watching? Hi Dad, followed your steps. This was the response. I'm not a big fan of Exodus. I did a couple of videos on how to do Exodus, but it's kind of a, it's sort of a hybrid kind of wallet. I don't think I have it on here right now. I might. Yeah, I still got it here. So Exodus Wallet is kind of a desktop wallet. When you first set it up, it's gonna set up some keys for you. I uninstalled it and installed it again. But when you deposit into the first wallet, it's gonna create the seed for you, and you'll write the seed down. So it does. You do control the private keys on Exodus, but under the hood of Exodus, when you, I believe you can actually exchange different cryptocurrencies here. It's a little too obfuscated for me. You know, I prefer to take it to a regular exchange like, you know, Bittrex or Binance or GateHub or GDAX, because you have a little more control when you're buying and selling your cryptocurrencies. I believe that the Exodus wallet uses Shapeshifter in the background. Shapeshifter. And I don't think it's the most efficient way to convert your coins. All right. Not too long ago, they had this big warning that the fees were high, the network fees were high, and not to use anything less than $250, which kind of threw most of our small-time investors out. It looks like that warning is gone, but that's what's under the hood of Exodus Wallet. So, like I said, it's nice interface. It's good for people that are new to cryptocurrencies, but I think it's kind of an interface that sort of oversimplifies things, so that you're probably paying higher fees than you would if you were just using a normal adult exchange. Let's put it that way. I heard that only 802 people. As far as your taxes go, I think you can go to Coinbase and look at all of your... I don't know if there's any way to run reports. I've never seen that. Go away. Okay, yeah, so you could run a report on Coinbase, creating a report with all of your buys and all of your sells. So you'd be able to, at least for your own sanity, be able to get a list of all the buys you made, total amount of money you spent during the year, and your sells. You know, as far as, I'm not a tax expert, but from what I understand, if you invest money and then sell it, you buy a stock and then you sell it within a year, you're subject to capital gains. So it might be the same with cryptocurrencies. So if you buy $500 worth of Bitcoin and then it goes up, and then you sell it and it's worth $2,000 when you sell it, you've realized a gain of $1,500 and you'd be taxed on that, right? So if you're doing everything on Coinbase, you should be able to go here to this report section and get a report of all of your buys and sells, and you can figure out how much money you made or lost. Should I move my BTC to Segwit? Would you keep it at one address, or should I use multiple addresses? I would use Segwit because it's the newer protocol. It's a soft fork. It's not a hard fork. So it is the newer thing. So yeah, if you're gonna start a new Bitcoin wallet, I would use the Segwit. You can use Segwit with the latest version of Electrum Bitcoin wallet. You can use Segwit addresses with the Ledger Wallet Bitcoin. So I would recommend it. Sometimes it doesn't work right, but other than that, yeah. Ripple, Ripple, Ripple. Okay. Gash. What do you think of Cardano? Will it take over Ethereum? That's a very good question. Let's go over here to... Oh, can't believe I don't have Cardano on there. Okay. Oops. Oops. Ah. Okay, for those of you that don't know, Cardano is a fairly new cryptocurrency. I think it's been around since 2015. It is run by a consortium, a group of scientists who use peer review, and they're trying to solve some of the problems that have arisen with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I believe it's a very solid project. I believe it's got a good team behind it, and they're using the scientific method. And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but as a tech guy, I like it. I do. Whether it's going to take over Ethereum, I don't know. Ethereum has room to solve its issues. It's a good idea, and it's implemented well, and it's up and running, and it's been working. Ethereum. Cardano is a good idea, good implementation, but it hasn't actually been tested. Well, I mean, it's not actually working that much in the real world like Ethereum is. It might be better in the long run. We don't know yet. But it is definitely a solid project. I'll give it that. Please suggest to me an anonymous email service. I'd be happy to. Let's see if I can find this. You know what? I got to go over here real quick. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to go back to Chrome. I'm going to stick with Chrome tonight. This website is a great tool if you're looking for privacy tools. I highly recommend you go check it out. There's a lot to look at here. It talks about why we need privacy. It gives you some recommended VPNs. And then down here, some web browser add-ons. And then we get down here to some privacy-conscious email provider. I believe Proton Mail right now is the recommended anonymous email. So if you look, and it's free. So if you're looking for an anonymous email provider, I would recommend Proton Mail. But as you can see on this page, there's several others that might be more to your liking. So, but definitely check out privacytools.io if you're looking to find out more about what privacy is, how to get more of it, how to implement it in your life, all that good stuff. Where to sell Bitcoin via PayPal. Okay, check this one out. What is going on here? I'm trying to get to their homepage here. There we go. All right, so you can go on to Paxful. Now, Paxful, and let me put this here. All right, so Paxful, where do we go here, is kind of a peer-to-peer marketplace. So you could go on here and buy Bitcoin with your PayPal card, with gift cards, with your debit card, Western Union, a couple other things. But it's basically like a marketplace. You go in there, and there's a bunch of people on there that have Bitcoin that are willing to trade for these other items that you have, and they're kind of selling it at a premium. It's easier to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, but I'm assuming that if you get into this website, there might be a way, if you're holding Bitcoin, to come on here and be one of the sellers, and then sellers might give you things for your Bitcoin. I don't know about a direct transfer to PayPal. I believe you can do that with Coinbase, if I'm not mistaken. I believe there's a way to connect your PayPal account to your Coinbase. I don't think I've done it, but it is possible. So yeah, if you're interested in funding your Bitcoin, what was the question? You want to buy? So if you have a PayPal account and you want to buy Bitcoin, Paxful. If you have Bitcoin and you want to fund PayPal, Coinbase does that. Before I get too far, you want to get, if you're just using Coinbase, my recommendation is to get yourself a GDAX. Now GDAX is the same company as Coinbase, but the fees are a lot less. So I highly recommend GDAX. I will mention here, let me put this here. If you have a GDAX account, you'll notice here that it connects to your Coinbase account. So it's basically the same company. So and everything's kind of tied together. So if you have, if you just went to Coinbase, you can actually buy the Bitcoin here from your bank account, right? I can deposit money here in this account and then buy Bitcoin. And then I can send it out. I've got a couple of videos where I do that. Let's go over here. I believe in the Sell Ripple video. No. Oh, the Cardano, I remember, yeah. Where's the Cardano? Come on, Rex. Where is it? Here we go. Let's buy Cardano. I use that method on that video where you've got a Coinbase account and a GDAX account. I buy the Bitcoin on Coinbase. I move it into my GDAX for free. You know, like I show here. I can take whatever. If I have Bitcoin or ETH in my Coinbase account, I could move it into GDAX and then transfer it to another exchange for free. That's the way to do it, guys. GDAX. And that's a video there where I demonstrate how to do that. Okay, when you set up two-factor authentication, when you set up two-factor authentication in your Google account, how do you move phone? I've done it before. When you first set up the Google Authenticator, it asks you if you want to print out a sheet of codes, and that's part of the process. Those codes will allow you to switch phones. So if you lose your phone, then you can get your new phone, install the Google Authenticator app, and use those codes to get back into that same Google Authenticator account. So that's it. It's a paper backup when you first create the Google Authenticator. GDAX does not work for some countries. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. There's a lot of things that I talk about that don't work in other countries. I know a lot of people in other countries are having trouble with their phone verification in GDAX and GateHub. Verge. I like Verge. It's been around a while. It was kind of languishing there, but it's the privacy coin space is going to be really big, I believe. Let's do Monero. So our really big one is Monero. That's a privacy coin that has a pretty big price per coin, so it's a little hard to get your foot in the door on that one. Verge is it's a open source project just like Bitcoin. It's not a company. It's a consortium of volunteers and people that are committed to this coin. And they've been working on it and getting it upgraded. They've got a new version of their coin out, their wallet. Is that it? Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I got to do something real quick here. Please. Oh, I think we just got pizza, guys. All right. So I have a encrypted secondary data drive, and I had to run a reboot, so I forgot to unlock it. We'll let Wraith open here. It's going to take it a little bit, but we can talk about some other things. This is the new wallet, so they just come out with Wraith. A lot of people were hyping this Wraith protocol because they had sort of set themselves a deadline. And if you're familiar with software development, deadlines were meant to be broken. But a lot of people coming up to the new year were expecting this new Wraith protocol to be up and running and ready to go. And so the price pumped up right before New Year's. And then they missed the deadline by a day or two and everybody sold. So that's all market trading stuff. But the Verge coin itself, I like it. It's a privacy coin, and it can utilize the Tor network so that your transactions are not open like it is with Bitcoin. A lot of people think Bitcoin is a anonymous process, but it's not. The blockchain is visible to anyone that wants to view it, and you can tie transactions to IP addresses, and as you all know, in this day and age, you can tie IP addresses to identities. So it's not anonymous. But Verge and Monero obfuscate the IP addresses, so they are private coins. So if you're into privacy, and who isn't, it's a basic human right, then you want to deal with Verge and Monero, and hopefully they'll be good companies. Oops. Oh, I got some wonderful people on here tonight, don't I? Okay. Well, let's see if I can find anybody that has a good question. Huh. Yeah. Jeez. Okay. I got the Verge question right. Haven't tried withdrawing to PayPal from Coinbase. Yeah, you can do it. You have to go through the setup process. You need to use... Oh, so you can't use it in Germany either. Okay. No, actually, Paxful does not ask you for your ID. All you need to open a Paxful account is an email address. So you could even create yourself a anonymous email address and access Paxful. It's a little bit tricky to try to do it through Tor because Paxful kind of blocks Tor sometimes. It's possible to do it. You could conceivably use Paxful anonymously without any ID or anything else. As long as you have a gift card that you bought with cash that's not tied to you personally, you can go on here and buy some Bitcoin, and it basically goes to any wallet that you specify. So you could conceivably use Paxful and purchase Bitcoin anonymously if you're into that sort of thing. Let's see if the haters have left. Okay. Okay. Or do so for coin. Bisc. Okay. I have never tried this one before. Huh. Okay, well, it looks similar to Paxful. It's peer-to-peer. So you're basically going online and meeting, you know, with other people. And it's similar to eBay, where people have reputations as sellers, and you'll want to choose someone that's got a good reputation, a lot of good reviews, someone that you know, is a regular on the site. You just want to make sure that you deal with people that are on the up and up, if you know, you're trusting them. And usually these sites like Paxful and Bisc have some sort of built-in mechanism that's kind of a escrow feature, where the money goes into an escrow, kind of similar to that. The money goes into kind of a joint account until both parties are satisfied. And so that would be one way to exchange cryptocurrencies. I prefer to, you know, Bitcoin is the easiest way to buy and sell other cryptocurrencies. If you have Bitcoin, then you can go on any exchange and buy any other cryptocurrency, and then either move it into your own wallet. Like I can go on Bittrex and buy Verge or Cardano, and then move them into their respective wallets from there. Yes, that is true. The Ripple app is only available on Windows. I know that's kind of a bummer for some of you. Let's see here. Yeah, if you'll notice down here, the Ledger Wallet Ripple is a native Windows app for Windows 74 bits, 64 bits, 7 and above. So yeah, you have to be running Windows to run the Ripple app for Ledger Nano. I know that's kind of a bummer. There are some soft solutions on a Mac. Parallels. You could get Parallels for Mac maybe, and then run the Ripple wallet in a pinch. It basically runs Windows inside your Mac, but it could be a little bit sketchy because you're dealing with the USB interface with a software emulator, but it probably would work okay. You know, if you're really serious about cryptos and you want to buy some Ripple, then and you want to put it on your Ledger Nano and you're running a Mac, then you could get Parallels. There's another one out there too. Yeah, not VirtualBox, VMware. VMware Fusion for Mac is also a good emulator. It'll run on your Mac and you'll be able to run a Windows, like a host Windows environment. That's a possibility. Or you could just leave the Ripple in your exchange. So for example, if you have a Bittrex account and you've bought some Ripple, you could conceivably just leave it in there until you're ready to sell it. But for long-term storage on the Ledger Nano S, I would it has to be a Windows. It's only a Windows app. I don't know if they're going to come out with a Mac version or not. Jeez. Electronium. I've heard that name before. I think isn't there a way to like block people? Yeah, I guess there's no way to do that. Next time, maybe I'll figure that one out. Yeah. How to block somebody. Oh well. Well, welcome, Spicy Boys. We're glad to have you. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, the Mac Boot Camp. The only drawback to the Mac Boot Camp is that you do need to purchase a copy of Windows, and then you have to go through the initial setup where you partition the drive. And but when you reboot into the Windows Boot Camp, you're running Windows. You know, it's a native version of Windows because Macs have Intel chips now, so you can run Windows on them. So Boot Camp is another solution. That's true, but like I said, you will have to purchase a copy of the Windows software. There's a point during the setup where it asks you to put in the disk. So, but that's a perfectly good solution if you want to run the Ripple wallet on your Mac. Binance safe to leave. Okay, so if you're using Binance or any other crypto exchange, you want to immediately set up the two-factor authentication. And that'll protect you and your crypto. So if you're running two-factor authentication, it's much harder for a hacker to impersonate you, gain access to your email, reset your account, steal your account. If you have two-factor authentication set up, you're much more likely to keep it safe. And it helps with your verification. You know, if you don't have two-factor authentication on, then the exchange may think that you're an impersonator. And I've heard stories of a lot of people getting sort of locked out of their accounts because they haven't set up two-factor authentication. They can't prove that it's them. You really want to see your key, don't you, Shane? Okay. Coinbase stores my Litecoin key. Yes. But when I get a hardware wallet and transfer, then I'll have the key and be able to see it. You don't really need to see your private key. It's like, for example, in the Electrum Bitcoin wallet, the private key is in there, but I never really look at it. It's best that you don't. You know, if you don't see the private key, you don't. It's the secret part, and it's saved in the wallet itself. And that's the part. That's the cryptographic key is used for signing transactions, and your password is what allows it to sign transactions. So you never really see the actual key. It's a cryptographic key. It's a really long number and letter combination. You can see your seed, which is your recovery phrase, but the key itself is under the hood, so to speak. You don't really need to see it. Please elaborate on the mining process if you can. Okay, so if you want to be a Bitcoin miner, and it's a little bit late to get into it, okay, if you want to be a Bitcoin miner, then you'll go out and buy yourself a hardware Bitcoin miner. And this is what they look like. Back when Bitcoin first started, you could use your computer. But the way that the Bitcoin blockchain network works, it gets more complicated as time goes by. So as time went by and the algorithm got more complicated, the cryptographic puzzle got more complicated, computers weren't fast enough. You could use your computer to try and mine Bitcoin, but you spent more energy mining than the return. You spent more energy and processing power. So they moved to graphic rigs, where they would take 3 or 4 graphic cards inside a computer, and the graphic processors were actually doing the mining. And that was more powerful than a computer CPU. All right, and then as time went by, even that wasn't fast enough. So then they started making these ASIC units. These miners are specialized pieces of hardware that just mine Bitcoins. And you'll see there it's got a network port. You plug it into your network, and then you go to your browser and configure it, and it mines Bitcoins for you. It runs algorithms and mines the Bitcoin. Now, another thing is, you can't by yourself just run an Antminer rig at home and expect to actually win a block. You don't have enough processing power. The chances of you actually discovering the nonce to get the next block are, you know, 1 in a trillion. So what you need to do if you have a miner like this is join a mining pool. And there are a lot of mining pools out there. You join the mining pool, and when you join the pool, you add your processing power along to everyone else's. And then when the pool discovers a block, which is much more likely than one miner discovering a block, then the rewards of that block are split among all the people that are lending their processing power to the overall mining. And you win a little bit of reward every time your mining pool discovers a block. And you make a little money. And that's what I did. When I was mining with my little rig, I would probably get about 0.001 Bitcoins every 3 days or so. But it adds up over time. So that's how mining works. Ah, yeah. I don't know that Spicy Boy has ever made a comment on my YouTube channel, but I can check. Let's see, comment. No, he's never made a comment on my YouTube video. I'll figure it out next time, guys. This is only my second live stream, so... search for his name at the top. I don't want to get out of this window, though. There we go. Ah, that's just one message, huh? There we go. Thank you, guys.
What?
Oh, we just blocked him out.
Spicy? Spicy boys?
Yeah, Spicy Boys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we can even do this, right? Put user in timeout.
Timeout. Bad boy.
Oh, boy. Is that it?
Block that spicy
Just
boys.
remove. Oh, that's just that one.
Put user in timeout.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to the serious stuff here. Please, two-factor authentication for Coinbase in Binance. Okay. So, let's do Coinbase first. If you got a Coinbase account, you want to go over here to Settings. And under Settings, you want to go to Security. And in Security, you'll want to set up two-factor authentication. Okay? I have to disable it, but if you land on this page, it'll ask you if you want to enable it, and then you would want to use the Google Authenticator. Where did it go? it went. Okay. All right. I can't get my phone. So if you don't have Google Authenticator, you can go to your App Store on your iPhone, or you can go to the Google Store on your Android device and look for the Google Authenticator app. Download that app, follow the instructions, and use it to enable two-step verification on your online accounts. So here it is in Coinbase. Let's go to Binance. I've already set it up on Binance, so I'll show you how it works. So whenever you log in, it wants your Google Authenticator code. Oops. So you go to your phone, you launch your Google Authenticator, right? And then you go to the code for your account. Enter it in there. Ah, come on, Rex. God damn it. Sorry. Bittrex, Binance. Let's call the whole thing off. Okay, so I got in. All right. So when you're in Binance here, at the home page, you know, just go to the home page of Binance. Well, where'd it go? Maybe the launch pad. Nope. Jeez, I don't know what I did. Did I log out? It looks like I managed to log myself out. Okay. Let's go back. This is the landing page when you first log in, and the authentication controls are right here at the very beginning. You'll see that I have Google Authenticator enabled. You could also do it with SMS, but I don't recommend that. I recommend Google Authenticator. It's much more secure. SMS can be intercepted. Someone can intercept the text and pretend to be you and get the text that was intended for you. So Google Authenticator is the best way to do it, and it's right here on the landing page. You'll click Enable, and then you'll get a QR code that you'll scan with Google Authenticator, and it gets added to your Google Authenticator account. And then you'll see the codes coming up here. Yeah. All right. Okay, in Binance, you need to change phones, and I need to set up a new Google Authenticator. What can I do? So, unfortunately, in order to, if you're using Google Authenticator on an account, the only way to disable that Google Authenticator is to possess the phone you use to set it up. If you want to change phones, make sure you unlock or disable with the old phone. So in order to disable, it's going to ask you for the code from your current phone. So you'll disable on the old phone first. Once it's disabled, you'll just take the new phone and re-enable it. But like I said, if you've lost your phone, you got to contact them, and I don't know, you got to go through a lot to get them to disable it. You've got to, you know, get a birth certificate or something. But I need to use Google Authenticator in another phone. How can I set it up on another phone? Like I said, you'll have to disable it with the first phone, and then in the new phone, just download the Google Authenticator and then enable it with it. Now, if you have the codes that I talked about when you first set up Google Authenticator, it prints out a code page. You can use that code page to enable it on a different phone. But that would that disables it on the original phone. Okay, I don't know. Connor is mentioning that I can transfer some of these altcoins using my Ether wallet. Figured it out using lots of very bad tutorials. Sure, That sounds like a great idea. I did a video not too long ago about this one. The Ethereum transaction has been pending all day. I did that with my Ether wallet. And then yeah, here we go. This one here, how to sell Ethereum, that is on your Ledger Nano wallet. I used my Ether wallet on that one as well. So yeah, if you've never used my Ether wallet, you can check out those videos, and I'll keep that one in mind and try to transfer tokens using my Ether wallet. In fact, if you're, are there any ERC20 type tokens, you have to use my Ether wallet to transfer them. That'd be a great, that's a great idea for a video. Thank you, Connor. Yeah, it's really hard to get two-factor authentication disabled if you don't have the phone that you use to set it up. No, I have not seen this coin on Binance, but I will say that I really like Binance because they tend to any hard forks or things like that. If you have coins on Binance, they will you know, support those hard forks and give you those extra coins. So if I lose or break my phone, you're up the creek. Yeah, but if you've printed out those authenticator codes, then you can transfer the Google Authenticator to a new phone. And also, if you back up your and this is only iPhone, I don't know about Android, if you back up your phone periodically to iTunes, then you can lose your phone, get a new phone, and transfer everything into the new phone. And if I recall, I had Google Authenticator and it transferred into the new phone because I had it backed up in iTunes. The full disk backup in iTunes, not just the iCloud backup, right? If you back up your iPhone to iTunes, well, I won't go into it right now because I don't have the phone connected and I haven't connected it lately. What is a fork? Okay, a fork is an upgrade, okay? So we all understand what a software upgrade is, okay? Usually when software gets upgraded, everybody agrees that a feature needs to be added and then it gets added into the software. But a fork is when there's a piece of software and there's a lot of people that are working on it and somebody says, hey, I got a great idea, let's upgrade, let's improve it, let's improve the software. And half of them say yes and half of them say no. So the people that say yes build on the base code but add their code separately. And then the other half continue on from the base code without that change. So now what we have is the base code that started here and then an upgrade going one direction and a non-upgrade in the other. So we have what's called a fork in the road. That's what a fork is. So in Bitcoin parlance, you had base Bitcoin, and then some developers said, hey, we should make the blocks bigger. Let's do it. And some of them said, great idea. And the others said, no, let's keep it the way it is. And the guys that said it was a great idea created the Bitcoin Cash fork. And it's built on the original blockchain code for Bitcoin, but it's an upgrade. They have changed the way the code works, and it's not backward compatible. So it is no longer your vanilla Bitcoin anymore. It's different. It's Bitcoin Cash. That was a fork. Yes. Nowadays, it is normal to wait hours, maybe even days for transferring Bitcoin. Bitcoin transaction times have really sort of hit the roof now. And it is sort of, Bitcoin is in crisis in that situation. In that respect, this whole transaction fees, transaction times getting too long and the fees being too high is a crisis for the actual way Bitcoin is working. Let's hope that the consortium gets together and figures out a way to alleviate this problem. buy an upgrade to the Bitcoin. There's a new protocol, the Lightning Network, that's coming out that hopefully is supposed to solve some of these issues. How do I get to the code page for Authenticator? All right, so you have to do it on your phone. All right, so this is the Authenticator. You'll want to go to the App Store, and during your initial setup, it's going to ask you if you want to print out that code page. Yes, print it out. I don't know if you can go back in there after the fact and print out the code page or not. Oops. It doesn't look like it. Oops. No. Yeah. So yeah, that would be, you go to the App Store to download it, and during the initial setup, get that code page printed out. Actually, I believe that is for your Gmail's accounts and not the Google Authenticator. I see growth in all of those, right? Verge, Tron, and Cardano. I'm not giving financial advice, but as I believe they all have a lot of potential. They're good coins. They have a purpose. They've I don't know about Tron, but Verge and Cardano have been around for a few years now. They're not just fly-by-night crypto coins. They're not just like these run-of-the-mill ICOs with running only on an idea. They have an implementation that's been around a while, and hopefully, you know, they'll do well in the future. I use Bitcoins to buy marijuana on the dark web. Well, that's pretty cool. All right. If just moved to California, you can buy it at the store next to the 7-Eleven. Might be a little easier. So when coins fork, you get 2 coins. Yes. As a matter of fact, it's pretty cool when they fork. I'm going to go back into the Ledger Nano here. When the Bitcoin forked, when Bitcoin forked, there were 2 forks here, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. And if you had Bitcoin in your wallet before the fork or on the day of the fork, you actually got a copy of the blockchain for your Bitcoin Cash. So I'll show you right here. I didn't have a whole lot of Bitcoin in this Ledger wallet when this happened, but because I only bought it in May, and I had my Bitcoin in another wallet. But as you can see here, I claimed some Bitcoin Cash, and you know, it's a couple $100. And yeah, it was like free money. So it's kind of a weird thing when a cryptocurrency splits. They'll give you one of each, a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you got 2 Bitcoins, you keep your 2 Bitcoins and get 2 Bitcoin Cash. The only caveat to that was that after they split, the price of the Bitcoin Cash did not stay as high as Bitcoin. So you never know. Now it could be that you get one of each, and then the original, the value of the original coin starts to drop, and the Bitcoin Cash is more more valuable in the long run. But either way, what I did was when I got my Bitcoin Cash, I just cashed it out, took it somewhere, and bought some other stuff with it. But yeah, you get it. I waited 14 hours for a Bitcoin transfer. Yeah, I did too. I just went to bed, and then I got up the next morning and looked in my Bittrex, and there it was. Took a while. Yes, Coinbase is a high transaction fees. For those of you who weren't here earlier, if you have a Coinbase account, I highly encourage you to go set up a GDAX account. It's owned by the same company, and you can take your money in your Coinbase account and deposit it directly into your GDAX account. And then from there, you can send it, you can withdraw it to another address, like another ETH address, another Bitcoin address, another Litecoin address, and they don't charge you any fees for that. So get a GDAX account. I recommend it. All right. Save your fees. I have stuck a Bitcoin transfer from blockchain to another address in Circle that I own. How can I push it or cancel it? Once you have sent the Bitcoin out and clicked send and confirmed, it's gone. There's no way to get it back. Now on on the Ethereum network, if it's still pending, if it hasn't been mined yet, there are ways to cancel it, but I don't know of any way to do that on Bitcoin network. Let's go down here. Any suggestions on keeping on multiple exchanges? Well, like I mentioned, Coinbase has a report area, tools, where you can generate reports based on criterion like what your transaction history, what you bought and sold. And I'm assuming the other exchanges probably do as well. So on every exchange that you have cryptocurrency on and that you've traded on, you'll need to go to each one of those and print out transaction histories so that you can prove exactly how much you bought, exactly how much you sold, and what profits you realized, and pay your taxes on those. I should also point out that if I buy, let's say I buy Bitcoin with on Coinbase, and I've been on Coinbase all year buying Bitcoin, right? And I have a lot of Bitcoin, but I haven't sold it yet. Okay, they can't tax you on that because you haven't realized a profit. That's just money you spent. Okay, and let's say I went in there and I used my Bitcoin to buy some Cardano or some Ethereum or some Verge or whatever other cryptocurrency, and now I have that coin and I'm waiting for that coin to go up. I haven't realized a profit yet. I haven't cashed out to US dollars, so I don't think they tax you on those. If I bought Bitcoin, if I sold my Bitcoin to buy Verge, I don't think that there's any laws yet in the US that cover that sort of profit, right? So as long as you haven't cashed out to US dollars, I'm not sure that you'd be taxed on that at all. Bitcoin.tax looks like a good website where it'll show you how to figure your taxes. Been waiting 2 weeks for coins to leave the Coinbase vault into your wallet. I'll tell you a funny story. We were on vacation and I wanted to transfer some Ethereum to my wife from my Coinbase account, which I did. And I also wanted to replace what I had in my own wallet just because I like to have a little bit here and there. So I bought some. But because I had transferred in and out and given some to her and moved it here and there, I sort of kind of got lost in the shuffle. And about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks later, I went to Coinbase to check the price of Bitcoin, and it showed that I had a balance. And I looked at it and went, my gosh, what happened? Did someone give me some Ethereum? And then I looked in there and I noticed that it was the Ethereum that I had bought like 2 weeks before. Yeah. But I mean, if it was like a lot and I was waiting for it, I probably would have been much more on the edge of my seat. But yeah, I'd forgotten about it. It was $85 worth, and it kind of left, it kind of got washed out, and I forgot completely about it. But yeah, it took a long time. Bitcoin dude.
Bitcoin.
It's a lot of haters on BC. What's BC?
Bitcoin, maybe?
I'm not sure. That's right. Yeah, if you wait a year before you cash out, then you're not subject to capital gains taxes. That's just my experience. I'm not a tax attorney or anything, but that's what I've been hearing my whole life, is that even back in the 90s when I was messing around with stocks, if you hold it longer than a year, it's not subject to capital gains taxes. Trump's tax plan changed everything. It's not cashing out on the fiat. You have to track. It's every exchange regardless of loss gain. It's considered a taxable event. Total pain in the butt. Okay. Well, I'm not surprised. You know, each trade is a taxable event. Well, that that puts a damper on everything, right? So, you got to pay your taxes, I guess, right? So we'll see. VPN service recommendation, Juan. I shared this page earlier in the live. Where did it go? I lost it. I must have closed it.
You could use history.
I know, but I'm just gonna go to it again. Crypto Daughter's helping me with some much needed guidance. Things. Check out this website, privacytools.io. It has a lot of great stuff. It explains what privacy is, why we need it, you know, who's watching us, and it's got a list of recommended VPNs here, and you should find one. Oh, honey, could you figure out who that is? Someone's trying to come in our gate. So check out that link, and you can find out about VPNs. You can find out about Tor. You can find out about browser add-ons to improve your privacy. Encrypted email providers, anonymous email providers, encryption software for your hard drive, cloud storage, all kinds of good stuff. Check out that link, guys. Could you do a Bitcoin to cash video?
Maybe.
Okay, well, Bitcoin, this, I have this one here.
We're watching SpongeBob.
Okay. Cellularable. This one. In this video, I start with the Ripple in my Ledger Nano, and then I move it onto an exchange. I sell it for Bitcoin, and then I transfer the Bitcoin back to GDAX, and then from GDAX I sell it for cash, and then transfer it to my bank account. So once you have cash in your account, you can go to your bank account and withdraw it, right? There's nothing in there now. But that's the process, guys. I would check out this video if you're interested in cashing out your crypto. It can be applied to all kinds of different crypto. Like if you're on any exchange and you have any crypto on that exchange that seems that you're ready to cash out, sell it for ETH or Bitcoin and move it into GDAX and sell it for cash and transfer to your bank account. The only drawback to GDAX is right now they only support ETH, Ether, and Litecoin. So if you're on an exchange where you've got Cardano or anything else, you'll need to sell it for Litecoin, Ether, or Bitcoin in order to cash out on GDAX. That's my advice for cashing out. Okay, this is a good suggestion. Bitcoin tax myth. How to avoid the headache of coin tracking. Move to the Bahamas, right? Is that is that what they do? All right. Okay. So looks like a pretty decent video, right?
Hi, my name is Cece.
We can watch that later if you're into it. Just can she just park out front for now? I mean,
I think he's downstairs.
huh? She's upset.
He's downstairs.
She's downstairs. Tell her to park along the wall, but I don't have a clicker to give her right now.
Okay, that's me.
Yeah, that you can go to the car and get my clicker and just open the gate for her if she needs to park back there right now. Yeah. Family stuff, guys.
Sorry.
I'm the crypto dad. We got family stuff going on.
Obviously. Android, blah, blah, blah.
Coworkers won't get into crypto because they say it's speculation. I tell them they put $1 into 401k because they speculate a small return. How do I argue my point better? They say pyramid too. Okay. Bitcoin started as a decentralized store of value guaranteed by cryptography. Talk about the underlying technology to them. Explain to them that it was an alternative type of currency in reaction to the 2008 financial crisis. Okay, the banks control the money. They issue new money by giving people credit, and it's all controlled centrally. And contrary to what people say, most of the currency in circulation in our country is issued directly by banks, not by the government, in the form of credit. So whenever a bank gives someone a loan, that increases the supply of debt in our economy. Bitcoin was a kind of a revolution in a sense, or an alternative to that system where the currency is decentralized, and it's a way for me to send value to another person, and it's guaranteed, cryptographically sound. Okay, the idea is very sound from the ground up. Okay, now Bitcoin's value, there are many people out there that see that as a value proposition, and they feel it has a future, in the same sense that people bought Amazon stock back in the 90s. They saw that it was a great idea that would materialize in the future, and if they say that Bitcoin is a pyramid bubble, tell them, gee, what if I'd have bought Amazon back in the 90s, and then sort of compare it to that. That's one argument that you can give to people about this whole Bitcoin is a scam. Because Bitcoin is not a scam. It's been around since 2009. It's been going on for a long time. It hasn't really been climbing in value until this year, when people started realizing that the time had come. So that would be my advice, to talk to your friends if you really want to convince them. Or you can just let them invest in their 401k, and when you got, and like I said, don't throw all your eggs in one basket. Like I said, squirrel away as much money as you can afford, maybe 100 every paycheck, whatever it is. If you want to buy Bitcoin, if you want to buy Ethereum, or whatever crypto that you've done your research on, and you feel like it's a value proposition. And then next year or 5 years from now, when you have a lot of money because of that smart investment, you can buy your friends a coffee and say, you should have listened to me. This is very expensive. Oh, this Everything Crypto Girl is hawking software. Okay. I did not know that. Like I said, I just, someone suggested it. I thought I'd throw it out there. Like I said, with the reports, you could, all those reports that you can get individually from each crypto exchange that you're using, your transaction history, you can take that to H&R Block. You can take it to your personal accountant. You can go through it yourself and just do your taxes based on all of these transactions. So 186 bucks. Maybe if you feel like it's not worth the headache, and you've made a couple grand or 10 grand with your crypto investments, maybe $186 isn't that much. It just depends. I haven't looked at the software. I don't know if it's a great piece of software or not. I would Google the name of the software and see if people are saying it's a scam or not, and go from there. Do I think Trump is behind Bitcoin? He says he hates central bankers. I think, I don't know. I do not think Trump is behind Bitcoin. Bitcoin was created by a bunch of nerds that were into cryptography. I don't think Trump is into cryptography. He doesn't like central bankers. He's not the only one. Okay? I think Trump was saying he didn't like central bankers because that was a popular position with a lot of people in society, because they were being affected by the economy. There's some income inequality in this country. And some people blame the central bankers. I don't know if it's their fault or not, to be honest with you. But that's kind of a rallying cry. The people that invented Bitcoin probably didn't hate central bankers. They just thought Bitcoin was a great idea and a new way to use currency, right?
I quit convincing others of anything.
Yes, Kata. Hey, Kata. It's good to have you. Haters will be haters. And my dad, I cannot convince him that Bitcoin has any value at all. He's happy for me that I have this channel going, and then you know, but every time I talk to him about Bitcoin, he tells me it has no intrinsic value. But let me give you guys a hint. Gold has no intrinsic value. You can't eat gold. You can't wear gold. You can't build your house out of gold. Gold has, the only reason gold has any value is because people agree that it has value, which is what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is a mathematical function that will guarantee transactions. It's cryptographically guaranteed, and that is a value proposition for some people. Ledger Nano S does not support a lot of the altcoins. Let me just give you this. I just found this today. That's how you check the latest status of the altcoins that are being supported on the ledger. Yes, they don't. There are a lot of cryptocurrencies out there, and I'm sure the people at Ledger are working and doing their best to get this new altcoins added every day. I think it's a great hardware solution for the top currencies. I wish it supported every cryptocurrency out there that I want to store on it, but they don't. So you kind of have to, you know, these are the early pioneer days of the cryptocurrency. So, like for example, okay. So for example, Verge. We can't store Verge on the Ledger Nano, but we can store it on our computer if you have the Verge wallet. This is the latest Verge wallet, the Wraith wallet, and I've got it up and running. I've got a video on how to use it. So this is where you would store your Verge. And I've got the Cardano Daedalus wallet on here. I've got the Electrum Bitcoin wallet on here, you know, for certain types of transactions. So yeah, you're going to have to sort of make your own way in this field. Everything's not going to be cut and dried for you. But the Ledger Nano wallet, whatever you can store on there, I would store on there. That's my advice. What, on this French, this is the page, I just went to it. This is it, status.ledger.france. I don't know why that didn't come through with you. Maybe you need to type HTTP in front of it. That was weird. Yeah. But this is the Ledger Nano site itself. Now there's also this. This is like a post in the Ledger forum post. That might work for you. I don't know how often that's updated. This one up here I think is more official. Gold is a good conductor. Yes, it does have its uses. I will give it that. I will. And it's malleable, and you know, it's shiny, and gold is also rare, which makes it a good currency. But it is also heavy, and people can commit fraud with gold. They can shave their coins. They can screw around with the purity. So that's why we don't use gold as our currency these days. And you can get squished by a huge load of gold if you're standing under it. Yes, you have to watch out. If I could pick 3 altcoins, what would they be? If I could only pick 3. Well, let's check this out. I haven't altcoins. Well, I know this is kind of a given, but I would my first pick is Ethereum. It's number 2. It's a great idea. It's been implemented, and I definitely would say Ethereum is a good coin to learn about, to use, and I think it has a wonderful future. Ripple, I'm not that crazy about yet, because I don't think they've really implemented anything yet. They might, but from what I understand, they've talked about a lot of things, but they only have a few working customers right now. So it may be overvalued. I'm not a financial advisor. I would say Ethereum, Cardano, and either Monero or Verge. I like the 2 privacy coins. Now there might be other people that have Tron or IOTA on their, or Dash on their list, or even EOS. I'm not that familiar with those coins, but my picks are Ethereum, Cardano, and the 2 privacy coins, Monero and Verge. But what do I know? Yeah. I like Bitcoin too. If they can solve their networking issues, and I think they've got a lot of momentum. You know, it's just like Kleenex. You know, whenever anyone needs a tissue, they say, "Give me a Kleenex," because they were there. So you know, whenever someone says, "Hand me some crypto," they usually will say, "Give me some Bitcoin," or like when you want a cola, you say, "Give me a Coke." That's the brand name right there, Bitcoin. But for altcoins, Ethereum, Cardano, and Monero, and list. Litecoin should be on there too, but another CryptoDad may mention Litecoin. It's been around a long time. Rare metals and base metals are attractive holdings. Yeah. Yeah, you know, one of the reasons that gold and metal is valuable is because it's scarce. Okay? And that's what Bitcoin is. It's an algorithm that creates scarcity. It's built in, cryptographically built in, so that it's only the entire supply of Bitcoin is only going to be 21 million when all of the Bitcoins are mined. Okay? So Bitcoin is a mathematical function which provides that scarcity that we get from precious metals. Yeah, BTC, LTC, and ETH are the big dogs to hodl. Yes, I agree. My first cryptocurrency was Bitcoin. My first cryptocurrency. There were others before that, but they suffered from a problem. And the problem with pre-Bitcoin cryptocurrencies was the double spending problem. And the double spending problem works like this. I owe you some money, and I use my cryptocurrency to pay you, and then I turn around and use that same cryptocurrency to pay somebody else. Okay? Digital is great when we got pictures. Okay? I can take one picture and share it with 100 people. I can send 100 copies out. I can create one document and make thousands of copies and send it out. But when we get to digital currency, and I've got one, I can make copies of that and try to spend the same currency to 5 different people. That's where that digital copy thing goes bad, horribly wrong. So the only way they could solve the double spend problem was to have some sort of centralized clearinghouse that would verify every transaction. And Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency that solved the double spend problem cryptographically and would manage to make it an a distributed network, a peer-to-peer network that was not run centrally. And that was a cryptographic puzzle that was solved by using the blockchain. And that's why we have confirmation. Okay, a lot of people freak out on confirmation because they see that they've received some Bitcoin in their wallet and they say, it says unconfirmed. Well, that's how the Bitcoin ledger, the blockchain works. You can't spend the Bitcoin until the transaction has been verified on the blockchain several times over, and that prevents the whole double spend thing. That way, the person that sent it to me can't go try to spend it somewhere else before I actually get a hold of it.
81 people watching.
Come on, man.
What about something coin in the tech?
What about see a coin and the tech behind it? Okay, let's check it out, guys.
Are you happy?
I hope he is. Hey, if you came,
the maybe put see a coin.
There we go. No, I think this is it.
Oh.
Okay, cool. To be honest with you, Stephen, I've never dealt with SIA before, but it looks like a very professional website. I'll give it that. And it's on my list of things to check out. Very nice. Okay. Okay. It doesn't have any cryptographic verification. I'm a big sucker for cryptographic verification. If you go to the oops, nope. Yeah, if you go to this Bitcoin website and you want to download a Bitcoin wallet, such as Bitcoin Core, and we go to Windows, 64-bit. Oops, sorry. See these things over here? These release signatures? These are SHA-SUMs, and these are cryptographic signatures, okay? ASC files. If I am exploring a new like cryptocurrency wallet or any kind of new thing that involves cryptography, if they've got these signatures and these signing keys, then you can trust it, okay? So whenever I see software and I go to download it and it just downloads, I'm always a bit leery of it, but I haven't checked it out yet. So it looks great to me. As far as I can see, it looks very intriguing. And it's open source. Okay, so that's a big plus. You want open source because it's peer-reviewed and it's something that is visible to anyone that wants to look at the code base. And any open source project is okay in my book. Okay, so it looks like you know, a cloud storage provider that provides cryptographic security, which is that sounds like a good thing to me. Yeah, like I said, I believe that we're in a currency revolution. Okay. Currency, all through human history, we've been trying to figure out a good way to exchange value, and it started with bartering, and then you know, it got it's very cumbersome to carry a whole cow with you just so you can buy some grain, you know, or some eggs to the guy that has the chickens. So they started using small portable items like shells and sticks or whatever that we could all agree had value, and we could use that to exchange value with each other. Okay, and then we moved to gold because gold was shiny and rare, and then from gold we moved to gold script, or gold certificates, and people started trading those because they were lighter and portable. And then we run into counterfeiting issues where people make copies of things, and then we have counterfeiting things that we need. Sorry, I lost my words there. But paper can be counterfeited, right? And then we get into currencies that are issued by governments, but they're also controlled and manipulated by governments. All right? Cryptocurrency is a brand new paradigm. It's a brand new way for people to exchange value with each other using math, okay? In this day and age, we're talking a digital revolution in the way that people can exchange value. It's an idea whose time has come. And so maybe it's overvalued right now, but the idea is something that its time has come. So I think a lot of people feel like, they can feel the momentum. So that's why there's so much money flowing into cryptocurrency. It's a great idea, and it's a great way for people to exchange value with each other. And there's other cryptocurrencies that are doing specialized things, like Stephen pointed out, this whole SIA thing. It's a blockchain technology for cloud storage, right? Ethereum is also a currency and a smart contract platform. So we're moving into the digital age, ladies and gentlemen. So don't miss the boat. I'm not saying dump all your money into crypto. I'm just saying that the technology is, that the time has come.
It's evolving.
CD, that's me, CryptoDad. If the lights go out, we need to go fully proof CD. There will be another venue. Yeah. If the lights go out, if the economy collapses and the power grid is destroyed and we can't turn on our computers anymore, then yeah, we can't really get back into our cryptocurrencies anymore. That is a very good point. But we're going to hope that the lights do stay on, and that life continues, and technology will continue as well. Yeah. If the lights go out, then you should be stockpiling Vienna sausages, because I'll tell you, when you haven't had refrigerators for a few months and all the food has gone bad, your Vienna, that little can of Vienna sausages will be worth a lot. So invest in Vienna sausages and Spam. Okay. The smart contract of ETH. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm the best person to explain it. So a smart contract is, for example, if I want to pay you money and you say you owe me money, and I can send you Bitcoin, and then you get the Bitcoin and you're happy. But let's suppose that the transaction is a little bit more complicated than that. Perhaps it involves several people. Perhaps it involves some kind of agreement between these people. Well, more than just a currency exchange requires a little more complicated code than just a digital currency. We want a kind of smart contract that can be built and agreed to by several people, and then that contract can be stored on the blockchain. And not only can we can put in conditions in that contract that are stored in the code. So the code may say something like, we're all going to put our money into this contract, and it can only be used to fund this particular business idea, and half of the money will be stored until a certain date, and then on that certain date the wallet should unlock so that more money can be applied. All of these, like timing rules, or people have to vote. Let's say we have 10 people that have entered into this contract, and then they say the money can only be spent if 7 of us agree. That can be coded into the smart contract. So what we're talking about is a currency plus, right? A currency that can also be used to make contracts and agreements between people, and then it's written into code, and it's cryptographically protected from any kind of tampering or interference. That's what a smart contract is. And because cryptocurrency is protecting the integrity of that contract, I don't need a lawyer because the math is protecting it. So that is the beauty of the Ethereum smart contract. It cuts out the middleman. It allows people and companies to create smart contracts that are protected by cryptography, and they don't need escrow, they don't need lawyers, they don't need, you know, all these other middlemen. And you'll notice here on the Ethereum homepage, we got smart contract, we've got Kickstarter projects, democratic autonomous organization, decentralized applications. If you're familiar with a virtual machine, that is a computer that is running in code on top of another machine. And Ethereum is basically a decentralized virtual computer. If we put all of the nodes together, it is basically a host system or an operating system that is running in a decentralized cloud. And it is a virtual machine. So it's more than just a currency. I hope that answered your question. Offline solution. I wanted to mention that a lot of the Bitcoin wallets that are out there, like Exodus, the Cardano wallet, the Verge wallet, the Electrum Bitcoin wallet, when you first set them up, they give you a seed. And that seed can be written down on a piece of paper. That seed on a piece of paper can be a kind of a paper wallet in a sense, or a makeshift paper wallet, because I can take the seed written on the piece of paper, fold it up, put it in a safety deposit box, and move a bunch of coins into the wallet, and then I can just delete the wallet off my computer completely. And that way, no one can hack the coins because the wallet is not installed anywhere. And then, 10 years later, 5 years later, I go to my safety deposit box, I pull out my paper seed, and I use it to restore the wallet. And boom. That's one way of using paper to store your crypto. Yeah, if the grid goes down, you know, even our cash isn't going to do us any good, right? Even our gold isn't going to do us any good, right? Like I said, your Vienna sausages, your toothpaste and toilet paper, that'll be the currency of the post-apocalyptic world. Yes, big problem. Uncle Sam wants you to have middlemen and lawyers. Yes, he does. We're hoping that Ethereum can be implemented and that it will eventually be accepted, because even the big boys will realize that they can save money as well. Jason. Oh, Jason. You gonna do this to me? Yeah. Okay. Yes! Zavio, Bell, let's hear it. What is Bitcoin? That's funny, Mr. Yellow. You can come back and talk to us later. How can I spend XRP to Binance from GateHub if GateHub does not allow for an XRP tag along with the addresses? That's a good question. You can withdraw your Ripple from GateHub to your Ledger Nano without the tag, and then once you have your Ripple on your Ledger Nano, you can use the tag. the Ledger Nano supports the tag. So that would be my workaround, since GateHub doesn't have that tag field. Withdraw from GateHub to your Ledger Nano S, and then from your Ripple wallet you can send to Binance, because let me show you. I'm gonna have to enter my key one more time. No. Dang it. Pooey. All right. Forgot my pin, guys. Damn it. Yeah. Let's go to Ripple. I just wanted to illustrate this. Ugh, not this again. Poor Ripple. Ugh, okay. Okay. All right. So if I want to send Ripple, I can receive Ripple without the tag in my Ledger Nano Ripple wallet. But if I want to send Ripple, or I'm sorry, I can receive it without the tag. I don't need the tag to receive it into the Ledger Nano. And then when I want to send it, I can use advanced mode, and then there's the tag. So move it from GateHub into the Ripple wallet, and then you can send it out with a tag to any other wallet that requires the tag. Well, you know, if you've got all your cryptocurrency stored on paper wallets and the lights go out, maybe they'll come back on in 100 years, and your children will be able to cash your coins back in. Do I have to delete Google Chrome to get Tor? No. No, you can run Tor right alongside all the rest of your browsers. Tor is just another browser. So you can run Chrome, you can run Firefox, you can run Edge all at the same time if you want, and then you can also run Tor. But all of your Tor sites will be encrypted. Let me just. Tor is a protocol that you download and install, and then you can run your Tor browser. You can go to the Tor homepage and check it out. But yes, you can run it right alongside any of your other browsers. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Tor knocked me off. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. Maybe the Tor network knocked out my stream. Oh yeah, crypto daughter. We're okay over here. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm okay.
He's alive.
I'm back. Okay. What was your reaction after viewing YouTube start looks ago? Oh, huh. Well, that's not really a cryptocurrency question. Dentacoin. We talked about this. I don't believe they support Dentacoin yet. Let's check this other one. This is the official Ledger website. I don't see Dentacoin on here. I don't know that they even give you any idea what they're working on. They probably just kind of, you know, when it's ready, and they tell you, hey, now we support Dentacoin. But as I don't see it here yet. Hopefully. Ripple already skyrocketed. I hope it keeps going up, but you never know. Cryptocurrencies are a brand new thing, but there are facts of life and rules that traders see patterns, and it's all ruled by people's emotions. So when any asset increases in value very quickly, there are people that are holding it that are going to want to cash out. So when people start selling, the price starts to go down. So even if it's the greatest coin in the world, if people start cashing out and selling it, then the value is going to start to go down. So like Bitcoin went down in December, but it's coming back up again. So things go up and down. The kid tripped over the extension cord. I don't know what happened. I think I did it, whatever it was. When signing up for Coinbase, they recommend me checking off the anti-Tor access. Huh. Yeah, the thing about Tor is it's great for you to use for privacy, but I think a lot of bad guys tend to try to use it to disrupt others and maybe try to... in other words, if I'm going to try to hack into your Coinbase account, I'm not going to do it from my home computer, or the law will be knocking on my door. The bad guys use Tor to hide their IP address so that they can do bad things without being located. So there's a lot of shady stuff coming from the Tor network. So that's why Coinbase is suggesting that that you enable their non-Tor, so that even if you're the one using Tor, you can't get in. It's just a security recommendation. No, I don't. I don't know when rail blocks will be listed on Binance. I think most of these places are kind of tight-lipped about what they will and won't support. Just probably because you never know what technical difficulties might arise, and deadlines are never hard and fast, so they don't like to pre-announce stuff like that. Nebulous token. That's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm assuming that it's some kind of a blockchain explorer that sort of works with all of them, but I haven't taken a look at it. My question is it open source or not? Yeah, I would have to check it out a little more to find out. It looks pretty interesting. I'm just going to put that over here. It's not strictly a cryptocurrency, but I'm going to save some of these so I can look at them later. I'll just put them in my cryptocurrency. Free VPN. I think privacy tools. Why do I keep closing it? I don't get it. I just can't seem to keep that open. All right. So I'm not gonna close it this time. I'm just gonna get it out of the way. This is a good source if you're looking for a free VPN. Check it out. I think there were some free ones in there. Here's a list of VPNs. Some of them are free, some of them aren't. Most good VPNs, you got to pay for them, right? If it's free, it's kind of sketchy, right? A VPN is a good investment, and it's not that much. I mean, we're talking, maybe $100 a year. That's not bad. This one's a little more, but yeah, if you're serious about a VPN, I would use one that you have to pay for. Litecoin to Ripple on shift change, then move it to the Ledger app. Litecoin Litecoin to Ripple on the shift change? I'll probably have to do a video on that. Are you talking about Shapeshift? Are you talking about this website? I mean, basically, you would convert into the currency of your choice. What did I do there? And I don't have any wallets on here, so I can't really demonstrate how to withdraw. But I'm assuming that if you have any crypto in any of these wallets, yeah, like I said, I don't really recommend Shapeshift. I think it's a little too oversimplified. So, and you're not really getting the best value when you make your exchanges. But what do I know? Yeah, that thing about transferring, you know, it's all about addresses. If you you know, if you've got your Ledger Nano wallet here, and you want to receive, that's the address, right? So you just go to the cryptocurrency exchange of your choice and use that address to send coins into the Ledger Nano. Whether they're Ripple, Litecoin, or Bitcoin, you want to go to the appropriate wallet and choose receive to get that public address. And that's basically the key to getting crypto moved into a wallet, the public address there. Yeah, I'm doing a lot over here. Yeah, I don't put anything on my desktop. Right, my desktop is clear as a bell. The only thing on my desktop is the recycle bin. I put everything in my taskbar. I feel like it's more, it's cleaner. But thank you for noticing that. Yeah, I'll have to try that one. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, well, you better put your seatbelt on when you crash into the moon. It might hurt. Ah, okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here because it is movie night at the Knisley family. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. If you got anything out of this, and I tried to answer as many questions as I could, give me a like. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I would be indebted to you. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this, and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and there's a little bell down there if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video. If you check out my YouTube channel. Let's see here if I can find it. There's a lot of good stuff on my YouTube channel. Got a lot of videos on how to deal with different types of cryptocurrency. Got quite a few videos. I've been really trying to do 70 or 80 videos now. So there's all kinds of great stuff on my homepage. So if I didn't answer one of your questions, check out my list of videos. Maybe you'll find an answer to your question there. And once again, thanks for joining me, guys. Oh, Lord, I've done it again. There we go. Go to my channel page if you're interested. Check out my home shot. Let me give you this. Oh, I know where it is. Last thing I can show you is this. Yeah. Whoops. Please check out my channel homepage, and maybe you'll find something that answers one of your questions that I didn't get to. Once again, guys, thanks for joining me, and have a really good night.
Cut.
Cut!